Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you. This is going to be a mid month check in for the sign of Cancer. So if you have Cancer anywhere in your chart, maybe you just vibe with Cancers, this might resonate for you. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, all right? We are going to be I'm not doing a structured spread for these. I'm just doing 6 cards across and then clarifying them and just seeing where the energy and my guides want to go with the readings. So, yeah, let's see what's going on for you guys. Right away, when I was grounding myself to do the reading, the name Leanne came through. Maybe your name is Leanne, maybe you know a Leanne, but I don't know. Leanne came through, so I'm going to mention it. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what's happening for Cancers. Can I get one more? One more, please. One more, please. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, Cancer, period. Let's dive in. All right. Bottom of the deck represents our challenge because it represents what we're not seeing, what we're not looking at. We don't love the Empress in the challenge. I feel like right off the bat, some of y'all are struggling with receiving. Like receiving is probably the mid-month challenge for you. Oh, the Lovers. Oh, the King of Cups. Why? I've been doing the water signs today, and everyone having relationship drama this month. Damn. It feels like for some of you guys, Cancers, like you are struggling in the area of like receiving love. It feels like with the Empress, the King of Cups, and the Lovers here, justice is behind as well as judgment. It feels like a lot of you are in this place of, how do I say that? Like, it feels like people, not just one person, like maybe this is like multiple people, but like people are looking to give to you. People are looking to be around you. They're looking to like give back to you right now. And it feels like some of you are struggling with the ability to actually receive that kindness and that like sincerity from people. And like process it. You know, when we talk about the Empress, especially as a challenge, the Empress she doesn't chase, she attracts. Empress and Emperor are like the highest energies we can attain in the tarot, right? So if we're sitting in Empress energy, we know our self worth. We have high self esteem. We have high boundaries. Like we're very good. We're all the queens combined. You know, we've got emotional depth to us. We've got, like I said, that Queen of Wands, high self-esteem, high boundaries, Queen of Pentacles, we're our own parent, you know, Queen of Swords, we have strong boundaries, we know how to exercise our right to say no. And when the Empress is in the challenge, it's kind of like we have all these things going for us, but maybe we don't know how to really put pen to paper. Do you know what I mean here? So let's talk about it. You start with the Four of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I feel like off the bat, Cancer, some of the problems that you're struggling with right now, some of the blocks that's showing up in your mid-month is definitely this idea of, how do I say that? Like, I don't need it. It feels like some of you could be struggling in the realm of, you know, we talk a lot about hyper independence, but it has so many different facets, right? It's not just like textbook hyper independence. For some of y'all, I feel like the way that this is coming through is almost like you will, how do I'm trying so hard to find the words for this. You won't do things to make your life easier is the best way that I can put this energy. It's almost like a sense of, let's say this could, you know, we talk about quality of life. You know, so this decision may improve my quality of life by making it easier, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to kind of suffer through and pretend that I don't need it. The example I'll give you is really obvious. You know, I once had a friend who refused to take any sort of over the counter medication. And so there would be days where this person would be having like debilitating headaches and I'd be like, hey, take an Advil. And they'd be like, no, absolutely not. That's kind of the energy that you have right off the bat going for you guys, where you're kind of like, it's almost like you wear it like a badge of honor. Like if someone's like, oh, you know, you're like, oh, I broke my wrist. And for the 8 weeks that I was dealing with a broken wrist, I didn't take any pain medicine, not even once. Why are we celebrating this? You know, it's like I feel like your struggle here, your wound around hyper independence, it lands in this place of I'm not going to allow for better qualities of improvement of my life. And that kind of goes hand in hand with this, right? With our challenge, because it feels like even if someone, let's say you did get that surgery on your hand, you know, you can't do a lot of things without a hand. And you have people around you being like, let me help you, let me cook for you, let me do all these things for you. And you're like, no, I don't need it. Why would I don't need you. I'm perfectly capable of doing it by one handed. Okay, babe, maybe you are, but why should you have to? You know, that's kind of where this is coming from. That's what this energy feels like to me. Thank you. Let's dive in, though. Yeah, Three of Cups. It's like you ice out your own community a little bit here. The Star. Oh, because you're trying to show everyone that you don't need it. That's part of the problem here. With the Six of Wands, the Star, and the Three of Cups, it feels like for a lot of you, a big part of this is you're like, it's like perceived weakness. Like you don't want to be perceived as a weak person. So you do everything you can in your power to show everyone, hey, I don't need that. Really? This is an abandonment wound dressed up. You know, that's what this is. It's like your fear bundled up into all of this is like, well, if you show people weakness, then they're going to leave, right? That's where it feels like the core wound is located for you guys. But let's keep diving into this a little bit more. I can't shake this energy and I don't even know how to articulate it. It's really frustrating for me. It's really just the energy is so dense around like I will do things to make my life more difficult on purpose. I don't know how else to explain that. You know, it's exactly the Advil story. The energy is so dense and it's so like, it's like not wanting to admit that you need the help, you know? Eight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, King of Cups. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, like I said, there's people around you for whatever reason now. Right now, maybe they're just good people that are trying to give to you. And I feel like your fear of them walking away or your fear of losing these people, I just spit. Oops, sorry, I'm Italian. Is so severe. It's so big that you'll do anything you can to mitigate any sort of perception of weakness here or perception of like, no, I you know, I can't do it on my own. It's that like, the word I just heard was infallibility? Infallible? I don't know. I feel like I'm saying something really, I don't know what this word is. Infallible? Infallible? I'm going to have to look it up after this reading because I'm having a moment where I can't remember what this word means, but that word is coming through, so I'm going to give it to you. You know, but this is, it's really taking a toll on you guys because you've got the Nine of Pentacles, but the King of Wands in the reverse. It's kind of, it's almost like you're laying yourself out to dry here, right? Like it feels like you're in this place with this mid-month reading of like, people may not be meeting you halfway because they, I'm gonna be brutal for a second, Cancers, because they don't want to. It feels like you've been snubbing people. This energy is all over the place today, Cancer. It's very hectic. What is this? Yeah, Judgment. It's like Queen of Wands. This could be a person. For some of you, this is a partner. King and Queen of Wands, that's a partner. King of Swords, though, but this person's been a little cold lately. And I feel like with the Judgment card, it's like you're waiting for them to come back around, but I almost feel like you need to be careful because you're kind of like, the way I'm hearing it is 9 lives. Babe, you're on like 7. You know, I feel like this is a big warning reading for you guys, Cancer. It feels like your own self-sabotage has gotten such the best of you recently that it's leaving you really vulnerable right now to like being hurt. The Tower, I can't make it up. This is leaving you very wide open here because it feels like, I don't want to say that this person has had it, but it does feel like for those of you that are dealing with a person here or just people in general in your circle, they're a little tired. They're little, yeah, the Emperor. For some of you, it is a person, and the Wheel of Fortune. It just feels like you're pushing people away, babe. And I hate to tell you this, but it's working. I know that's a horrible thing to say to you, but it's working. Your self sabotage is working here. And I feel like this is like a wake up call for you. You know, Knight of Swords and the Lovers, Five of Swords, self sabotage. Like, if you don't want the self sabotage to take over, you have to rein it in. If you don't want the self sabotage to be successful in ridding you of a partner for some of you, you have to rein it in. Okay? You have to start getting this under control. There is nothing wrong with needing help. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. There is nothing diminishing about letting people help you, about letting, that hyper independence, like kind of, this is almost that moment of like, well, it's like you'd rather die than accept the help, I'll strand myself out in the middle of nowhere because I don't want to accept the help rather than just accept the people that are already at my front door. And it's working, babe. I hate to say it again. With the Wheel of Fortune here and the Emperor, I feel like your guides are really warning you that if things don't change, you're going to be alone. You're going to end up with a lack of community here. Justice, you need to start recognizing that being able to ask for help is healthy. Being able to ask for things when we need them is a healthy response. There is nothing, I can't say it enough, there is nothing diminishing about admitting when we are overwhelmed, when we can't handle something, okay? Because your last two cards here are the Six of Wands and the High Priestess. Again, a lot of you think that being silent is going to bring victory. Babe, it's incorrect. I don't know how else to say that nicer to you. It's just simply not correct. Not speaking up doesn't bring victory. Speaking up is what brings the victory. Remaining the same gives you the same outcome. Only changing is it's the only way to save this, Yeah, Ten of Cups. The only way to get that happy ending that you're looking for with the World especially is by closing the cycle down. The Veronicas? The band The Veronicas just came through. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be for someone specific, the Veronicas. Yeah, you've got the King of Wands in the reverse, the World and the Ten of Cups. In better news, I am here to tell you, a lot of you think that this is over. It's not. If you don't change this person, it's going to be over with them. But if you do change, I feel like with the Ten of Cups in the World, it's your guides letting you know this is your options. The World is whether or not you change. So this is whether or not the cycle ends or a new cycle begins. And this is what's bookending it. Either your happiness or this person decides to leave. Because we have free will, right? You can't expect this person to stay along, to tag along this whole time. I feel like I know this is a really harsh reading for you guys, but like, I feel like your guides are like, hey, babe, wake up a little bit right now. It feels like you've been so bogged down in the trauma response of this all that you're not recognizing that it's hurting the people around you. It's hurting your connections, both romantic and not. Yeah, death. Death is the death of the ego. A lot of y'all need to, with the Strength card, you need to have the strength, the self-esteem, like we said, remember Empress in the challenge, self-esteem, self-worth, to recognize that if you don't change, the cycle doesn't end. With Strength and the Death card, people ask to help us because they want to. Okay, some of y'all are so afraid. This is coming through strong. You're so afraid of being pitied, but that's not where people's intentions are around you. It feels like the people around you, they want to help you because they want to help you, not because they feel bad for you or they pity you. I feel like for some of you, you need to recognize here that pity is a non-factor. You think it's a factor, but it's not, babe. You know, the people around you are looking to help you. They're looking to be with you. Your partner's looking to be with you. All of these things because they want to, not because they're just like, oh, I feel so bad. You know, I just feel like this cycle it's wreaking havoc on you right now. You know, and I feel like the mid-month check-in it's a warning. This is why we do the mid-month check-in, because like sometimes we need this. Sometimes we need that wake-up call of like, oh no, like I'm not coming correct right now, you know. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame in admitting that like sometimes our actions affect people beyond what we're really realizing. You know, like I've had full on, you know, I'll give you a real world example. Like I've had full on like meltdowns about my own world, and I've sometimes overwhelmed people about it, or I've maybe said something during that meltdown that hurt someone else. I'm responsible for that. Maybe I was having a meltdown in that moment, yes, but ultimately I'm responsible for those words. You know, some of you guys need to recognize here that just because things are bad around us doesn't mean that our actions are suddenly nullified. You know, if things are bad around us, it may give people context to what we're going through, sure, but it doesn't give us a free pass to just kind of fling everyone around with no care. And I feel like that Cancer, I feel like that's what's going on right now, is you're so up in your head, you don't even realize that the people around you are getting some sort of backlash from you at some point here. So, okay, let's get you some Oracle cards for advice. I am using the Angelarium. This is my favorite current Oracle deck. I will use it until I am absolutely sick of it. So it will be in every reading you can see from me. All right, let's get you. Cancer, can I get advice for Cancers, please? Thank you. I'll just take this one, they said. Okay, cool. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is your challenge. This fits as well. It's the Exile with Azazel. That's where I feel like you guys are very afraid of being left behind. But your advice here is Rahab, Angel of the Deep. Interesting. Let's read it. I think it's also interesting that Cancer, you're a water sign, and this is literally underwater. Rahab, where are you? Can I not read? Oh, there we go. 39. I always say the numbers because some people are into numerology, so I like to just give you the page number as well. All right. This card may be a sign that there is something worth holding on to, regardless of the pain it causes. Accepting pain and punishment can be a lonely experience, but that is the true path of the faithful. Take comfort in knowing it is a well-trodden road, even if you ultimately walk it alone. I feel like this is speaking to recognizing the shadow. I feel like there is, like I said earlier, there is no shame in recognizing when we are operating from a place of shadow, when we are kind of indulging in that, in our shadowed selves, okay? We have to hold on to our shadowed selves because they are a part of us. They are the part of us that need the light and the love the most, and they need to see the outside world so that we can heal it and then reintegrate it back into ourselves. So don't feel shame about that, okay? Cancer, that is your mid-month check-in. I will leave it here. I am new to YouTube, so if you do like the way that I read, if you do like just the vibes here, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I would really appreciate it. We are on the road to 100 subscribers. We're almost there. So exciting. You can find me on Twitch 3 days a week. I stream tarot. I do collectives, then we do personals. So Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. You can catch me on Twitch. So I hope to see you all there one day. But if not, Cancer, I will see you in the next reading, okay? Bye, guys.